I went from a college dropout with absolutely no skills and just a passion for sports to generating well over 8 figures as a sports bettor. And let me tell you guys, it wasn't always that easy. It wasn't just an incredible leap from nothing to, something, right? It took a lot of lessons, painful errors, blowing bankrolls, chasing losses, emotional outbursts, and a lot of learning. I've been doing this over 12 years. I've absolutely seen it all. And it took a lot of those valuable lessons before I was ever able to successfully make it as a sports bettor. The reality is that if you guys try to do this on your own, it's extremely difficult. But if you have the right people, the right mentors, the right people in place to help you, to guide you through the process, it will make it very, very easy for you to be successful.
If you are betting over-unders the same way that the public does, you're probably losing a lot of money. In this video, let's talk about betting overs and unders even as a beginner on how you can crack the books and make money. See, here's the thing. Most people that are betting totals are just guessing. They see two good offenses and they think, oh, the game's going over. Or they see two good pitchers and they think, oh, the game's going under. There's not going to be a lot of runs. But here's the truth. The odd makers are constantly setting traps on totals all of the time, especially trying to trap and bait beginner and amateur sports bettors. And if you know what to look for, you can spot the value before anyone else. Today, I'm breaking down the smart way to win totals step by step so you can start cashing more overs and unders without falling for the bait. Let's go ahead and talk about it. If you're new here, I'm Anon from Anon Betting. I've been in the betting game for years, 12 years to be specific, and I've seen every single mistake people make when it comes to betting totals. I've also used the strategies that I'm about to teach you to hit overs and unders at a consistent and highly profitable rate. And hey, if you want one of my sharpest plays sent to you for free, DM me on Instagram with the word lock and I'll send it to you. Now, let's get into today's video. So, the first thing to know is that totals are not random. Odd makers set them based on data, pace of play, player matchups, weather, injuries, and tons of other variables and factors. Your job is to figure out which of these factors they might be undervaluing. For example, in MLB, an 8.5 total, right? An 8.5 over-under run line might look high, but if the wind is blowing out at Wrigley Field at 15 miles an hour, that number is probably really soft because a routine fly ball will likely clear the fences and be a home run. And how often do pitchers throw a ball that's just missed by the hitter by, 10, 20, 30 feet, stuff like that. So that is the opportunity that you would be getting in a game like that. In the NFL, a 42-point total might look low, but if you've got two fast-paced offenses that are facing weaker defenses, they chew less clock, and let's just say they're more pass-friendly than run-friendly, the value then might be on the over. So step one is really, really simple. Ask yourself, why is the total set where it is? And if you can't answer that question with actual facts and data and numbers, then you're probably just guessing. Second, you have to look at the situation. Rest days matter. In basketball, teams coming off of back-to-backs, more likely they might have tired legs, which might result in lower shooting percentages, which may lean towards the under if it's a very high volume shooting team. On the other hand, if it's a team that relies on their defense, maybe that game will then go over because their tired legs are not going to allow them to move as well laterally, get back in defense, and transition, and all of these things. Series trends matter very much in baseball. The third game of a series with a tired bullpen, oh yeah, overs have a very high chance. Not only that, but the more games that are played in a series, the more times that the pitchers and the batters are facing each other repetitively, right? Bullpen guys are seeing the same batters and vice versa, and that's always an advantage for the batters because now they know the type of pitches, the pitch arsenal, and the tendencies of these bullpen pitchers. Next thing is matchup history. Some teams, for whatever reason, just score more on each other because they might know each other well or certain different matchups and things of that nature, and it's not as obvious as to why always. A big mistake that beginners make is ignoring context. Totals are not just about raw averages. They're about timing and matchups and environment and so many other factors that play a key vital role in winning and losing total bets. Now, let's talk about the third thing. One of my favorite ways to win totals is super simple. I just fade public bias. If 80% of the public is hammering the over because of last week's high score, the books are going to shade the line up because they're worried about the public going crazy on that line. That gives you extra value on the under. Watch and study the line movement carefully. If the total drops from 9 to 8.5, but the betting tickets are still very heavy on the over, that's probably telling you that, hey, sharp money is on the under. If it jumps from 45 to 46.5 in football without major injury news, then might be a sign that, hey, the sharps are really hitting this over. Public perception is constantly pushing totals all the time. Smart, calculated professional bettors know when and how to take advantage, and that's what you should be doing too. It's all about pouncing on the right numbers and the right lines at the right times. Another very important concept that most beginners do not know is that in some sports, totals are key numbers. In NFL football, 37, 41, 44, and 47 are common landing spots for games. In the MLB, numbers like 7, 8, and 9 matter a lot because of how runs are distributed. And here's the kicker. The timing of your bet matters a lot. If you're betting an over that you think the public will love, bet it early before the number climbs. If you're betting an under, sometimes it's better to wait until the public pushes the number even higher. At the end of the day, betting totals is about more than just guessing high or low. It's about reading the number, reading through the analytics and the numbers, the situation, the markets, and most importantly, the timing. Start thinking like odds makers, not like the public. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more betting strategy videos, and comment below with your biggest win that you've ever had on an over and under. And if you want one of my sharpest plays of the day sent directly to you, just DM me on Instagram at anon, _betting, BETTING, and I will send it to you. Just DM me the word LOP. Let's start cashing these totals the smart way, and let's keep beating the brakes off the books. Catch y'all in the next video. Let's get rich off sports, baby. Let's go.
Listen, sports betting is not an easy game, and I understand it because I've been there and I've done that, right? If you want to take a shortcut and stop having to figure all the tough things out and create your own data models and probability models and dealing with statistics and all the stuff that comes with it, I have a very easy shortcut for you. Join my community. I've got thousands of members that simply copy and paste my plays. I spend the hard-earned money, the hard-earned time, and I do all the hard work to find the value on the board every single day. All you have to do is just copy and paste my plays. If you guys are interested in that or even want a free play, check the description down below.